our voice cannot be devoid of truth, and our voice is the only voice that is going to share our truth. And our honorees tonight, they represent our voice, and they do so because they speak truth. They speak truth in the face of falsehood. They speak truth in the face of oppression. They speak truth in the face of any kind of injustice. And their truth challenges platitudes and false statements that many of us believe have inherent truth to them, but they don't. The reality is that we need to have more people that are like this.
My truth is, I'm an American Muslim woman, and my truth is to inspire other young American Muslim women who look like me to know that they can be whoever they want to be, that they have a voice, and that their voice is welcomed in the larger social justice movement, and that they have so much power as young American Muslim women who are getting, top grade education, and that they have so much to offer to the world. And I hope that when they see me and they see me speak truth, that it inspires them to speak their own truth as well.
I'm most inspired by Muslim women that have to endure a lot of struggles in their everyday life. I think that it always keeps things in perspective, being reminded that there are a lot of people that are enduring a lot of hardship that can be alleviated by something as simple as passing them a mic or allowing them to speak for themselves and tell their own story, especially with everything that's going on today and all of the headlines that we're seeing about Muslim women both here and abroad and the conflicts that we've had to endure. It really is my biggest inspiration and my motivation.
My purpose here as a student on campus is to, in any way I can, use the platform to help advance my community. I think if I could be a voice for the Muslims on campus, I would love to be that voice. And I would love to talk to administration or talk to people on campus and have a presence on campus where people know that we're here and what we're talking about, and to tell my story or tell my experiences so people understand. If we don't tell our story, there's going to be so many people that are willing to do it for us, and they're not going to do it right. And I just feel like it's so important to tell what we're going through from our experiences, just because there's so many ways people can warp things and make it seem like something that it isn't. So I just feel like we have to own it, and we have to take advantage of whatever clout we have or whatever platforms we have to speak on it, just because otherwise someone else will do it for us.
The American Muslim community has no choice but to speak up and speak out and tell our own stories. Oftentimes the media is telling our story, other people who are not us are telling our story, and only we know our story, only we can tell our story, and we all have a voice. We don't have to ask permission to tell our story, and I think that right here in this community there are so much inspiring stories at the IC, so many inspiring young people that have so much potential, so much passion about different issues, and I'm starting to see them come out and speak up for their issues and organize events around the issues that they care about, and again, just the IC being a place that continues to inspire me.
The ICNYU has always been a huge place of support for Muslim Girl, and it's afforded me the opportunity to connect with a lot of other like-minded young Muslim women. It's really cool because I feel like all of the Muslim girls here are just fire, and they all have something to say, and they all have a lot of guts and a lot of passion, and it's really wonderful to tap into that and to be surrounded by that, because it just reminds you of why you're doing all of this in the first place.
I think the purpose of the Islamic Center is to create a really amazing Muslim community, a really inclusive Muslim community where you could be on any aspect of your faith, or you could be at any level of your faith and still be included here, still find people that really care about you here. And I think I definitely found that here. Regardless of where I was coming in and where I am now, I think the Islamic Center and having this space was just so integral to whatever growth I had here. And I don't think I'd be half the person I am right now without it. I think this community is something that I haven't found anywhere else, and these people are people that are the most caring I think I've ever met, and it's just really, really amazing.
The role of the ICNYU here in New York is to be a magnet. It's really to be that core where we can have all the Muslim youth just come together and connect with each other from all over the city. And when that happens, I feel like that's how we have a really great mothership. It makes it much easier for the non-Muslim community in New York to be able to connect with us and to have a resource and to have a really solid community that they can turn to.
The Sikh coalition, I think, goes hand in hand with all of this. where you find people like Linda, like Amani, like Sana, giving their voices on behalf of just anybody who they can help and who they can serve. It's not just people who fit into their racial background, their ethnic background, their same social class background, people who are of their cultural heritage or country of origin. But Linda, Amani, and Sana speak on behalf of just people at large. And the Sikh Coalition, I think, follows that kind of voice, where through their work they've impacted the lives of so many. And definitely the Muslim community has benefited greatly from what it is that they're doing. All four, hand in hand, just to me, represent really what it is that we need at this time. You have people like this, leaders like this, individuals who are like this, who are willing to share our voice and be our truth and go out there and really just do right because it's the right thing to do. They represent, in contrast to all those who day in and day out just give us a reason to have dread in this world, that one reason as to why we should have a continued hope in it.